Let's start our prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtamkayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Vaishnuke Yadidhanjana Shrakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Maryam Dadati Sopada Shri Guru Shri Radhakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahadana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajeevam Sadvaitam Savadvitam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagarita Shri Vishnu Gurupamischa Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gauranga Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Tanmani Haripriya Vanchakalpataru Yascha Kripam Sindhu Vyadevacha Patitanam Vishnu Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Sadhguru Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Prabhupada ji Priya Shri Girirajaya Swami Taradara Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Hasnavate Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pachavani Shri Mukham Karoti Vachalam Purvini Shri Guru Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3, in text 39. So, from my side, I'll just be regular for the next 4 months until Kartik. So we have 4 good months, and we should do our best, to complete this first section of Bhagavatam, meaning till chapter 8. In chapter 8. And then another section of Bhagavatam will start after chapter 8. So this is prayers of Queen Kunti. So I hope that you are also free and that traveling, etc., etc. So we have so many pages. Yes, so then chapter 9 will come another section. So if we can complete during this next 4 months, all of us can do our best to be clear. All right, so then this chapter should end, we should end this chapter today. Read the verse. Bhagavantaikham Yat Vasudeve Khilalokanakhe Purvanti Sarvatmakamatma Bhavam Nayat Prabhuya Parivartauraha. Only by making such inquiries in this world can one be successful and perfectly cognizant. For such inquiries invoke transcendental ecstatic love unto the personality Godhead, who is the proprietor of all the universes, and guaranteed 100% immunity from the dreadful repetition of birth and death. So the word is used here, ugraha. So this repetition of birth and death is ugraha, it's dreadful. So many of us, like we are good people, we behave nicely, we sadhvik praise, But if we don't inquire about the absolute truth, if we don't inquire about what is the purpose of life, if I just accept suffering as part of life and I don't inquire why am I suffering, is there any good reason for it, or is it just by chance that things are happening, or is it that I'm in a place in a world where it is everybody suffers, so my suffering is less than the other one, then it's okay. So if we don't inquire, so only by making such inquiries in this world can one be successful and perfectly cognizant. So if we don't make these inquiries, then gradually my goodness will decrease. You should be aware of this. So many of us, we come to Krishna consciousness. So say, yes, let me chant, let me do this, and then gradually I give up everything. So we should know if we give up the practice, and specifically if we give up making inquiries, wanting to learning today. Anyway, I had somebody say in our Bhagavatam class that when you leave Gurukul, you leave the school, not that modern day school, but when you leave the school, then you are thrown in the world, and the world is your next school, isn't it? The world is your next school. And for a number of us here, we are already in our 60s. So meaning that I have maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and definitely 20 years at the most, unless we are really long. So meaning the acceleration to inquiry. Why? So that we can be guaranteed 100% immunity from the dreadful repetition of birth and death. So to fall from the platform of goodness is as easy as to fall from passion. The inquiries of the sages headed by Shunaka are herewith praised by Sutta Goswami on the merit of their transcendental nature. As already concluded, only the devotees of the Lord can know him to a considerable extent, and no one else can know him at all. So the devotees are perfectly cognizant of all spiritual knowledge. The personality of Godhead is the last word in absolute truth. Impersonal Brahman and localized Paramatma are included in the knowledge of the personality of Godhead. So one who knows, oh God, where am I? Oh God. Let me read. So one who knows the person of Godhead can automatically know all about him, his potencies and his expansions. So the devotees are congratulated as being all successful. A 100% devotee of the Lord is immune to the dreadful material miseries of repeated birth and death. Ugra. Parivarta, meaning we keep on changing body, right? Parivarta is we keep on changing body. Change, change, change. So we should be aware of this and we should tell people about this, our family members, our friends. We should spread this word that if you think you are good now, you have lived a good life, you have been generous, you have been this, so you will take birth again in a good family, you will have a good life, but you are going still to be in the repetition of birth and death. Idam bhagavatam nama puranam brahma samhitam tamashloka charitam chakara bhagavan rishi nishreya shaya lukasya anyam swastyayanam mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God, and it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared that Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless sound representation of all Vedic knowledge and history. There are selected histories of great devotees who are in direct contact with the Supreme Personal Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of Lord Shri Krishna and is therefore none different from him. Srimad Bhagavatam should be worshipped as respectfully as we worship the Lord. Thereby we can derive the ultimate blessings of the Lord through its careful and patient study. As God is all light, all bliss, and all perfection, so also is Srimad Bhagavatam. We can have all the transcendental light of the Supreme Brahman, Shri Krishna, from the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, provided it is received through the medium of the transparent spiritual master. Lord Chaitanya's private secretary, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, advised all intending visitors who came to see the Lord of Puri to make a study of the Bhagavatam from the person Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the self-realized bona fide master, and from him can one understand the lessons of Bhagavatam in order to receive the desired result. One can derive from the study of the Bhagavatam all benefits that are possible to be derived from the personal presence of the Lord. It carries with it all the transcendental blessings of Lord Shri Krishna that we can expect from his personal contact. Any question on this?
Mataji, in the previous verse, we read the sentence as a 100% devotee of the Lord is immune to the dreadful material miseries of repeated birth and death. So, what does it exactly mean to be immune?
Immunity. You have high immunity.
Immunity to this material miseries of repeated birth and death.
Yeah, meaning it's happening, but it's all, not affecting you. Right? Like we have a virus. If you have high immunity, the virus floating everywhere, but you don't catch it. So meaning misery is everywhere. You can't say no. If you are in this material world means Ikhalayam. It's a place of misery. But when you are absorbing Bhagavatam, even though the misery is going all around you, you don't participate in that misery.
All right. So, but it's 10% devotee will definitely be transcendenting that, right? No, Mataji?
So that's why, and how do we become transcendental is by studying Bhagavatam.
Okay.
That's the method.
Yes.
Right? Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every single day without fail, we are with our Bhagavatam. Whether we are reading it or we are hearing it from our mm, all types of devices these days. Previously, we used to have a tape recording machine, then we had a CD machine, then we had our computer, now we got our mobile, right? Which is the most dangerous of all. It's mobile. But somehow or other, we have access. We have access to hearing Bhagavatam.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay?
Yes, Mataji.
So any question on text 40? Is it clear?
Yes, Mataji. Person Bhagavat and book Bhagavat.
Right.
Yes.
So this Bhagavatam is to be worshipped. Right? The Srimad Bhagavatam is to be worshipped. Look at text 41. Tadidam grahayam asaha sutam atmavataham varam sarva vedeti hasanam saram samudritam. Yeah, Maraji, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Translation. Sri Vyasadeva delivered it to his son, who is the most respected among the self-realized, after extracting the cream of all Vedic literatures and histories of the universe. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Men with a poor fund of knowledge only accept the history of the world from the time of Buddha or since 600 BC. And prior to this period, all histories mentioned in the scriptures are calculated by them to be only imaginary stories. That is not a fact. All the stories mentioned in the Puranas and Mahabharata, etc., are actual histories, not only of this planet, but also of millions of other planets within the universe. Sometimes the history of planets beyond this world appears to such men to be unbelievable. But they do not know that different planets are not equal in all respects, and that therefore some of the historical facts derived from other planets do not correspond with the experience of this planet. Considering the different situation of different planets and also time and circumstances, there is nothing wonderful in the stories of the Puranas, nor are they imaginary. We should always remember the maxim that one man's food is another man's poison. We should not, therefore, reject the stories and histories of the Puranas as imaginary. The great rishis like Vyas had no business putting some imaginary stories in their literatures.
So let's take this first paragraph. Right. So first thing, see, historian, from what Prabhupada is saying, how many of you studied history at school? Okay, so looks like most of us we studied history at school, right? So did we ask from where did we get the history? Did we ask from where did you get the history? Right? My father used to say stories. Stories, history stories, right? So, for example, the so-called history of India is very much written by stories, historians, right? They made up stories and they say this is the history of India, right? So, men with full fund of knowledge only accept the history of the world from the time of Buddha or since 600 BC. And prior to this period, all histories mentioned in the scriptures are calculated by them to be only imaginary stories. All right. Prabhupada is saying that why they think this is imaginary, you know, would any one of us have believed that we can communicate over a computer 20 years ago, 25? I remember when I first heard, maybe that was like 35 years ago. I remember when I was told, you know, this one person came and we had our computer and then we say, you can, like this email, you know, email from one computer to the next computer, because for me it was like a machine. How can a machine, how can a machine talk to another machine? Couldn't figure it out. And then, everybody spoke of email ID. And what is that ID? I didn't want to look a fool, illiterate. I didn't understand what is ID. Email ID. And before our laptop, I didn't even know how to say the word laptop, right? I only know computer, PC, this, that, right? Must have been an Aborigine, right? So we say, oh, this is all imagination. So if 50 years ago or 100 years ago, let's say 75 years ago, you speak about all this, you say, oh, it's imagination. It's all imagination, it's fiction, right? So Prabhupada is saying that now when people are in this age using all this, so when we speak about histories and other planets, etc., and we say, oh, these are all imagination. So Prabhupada is saying Srila Vyasadeva doesn't have time to do childish play, right? Srila Vyasadeva, all those rishis, they have no time, writing fiction for children. Paths, right? They're great philosophers. So they're not going to write books for kids, right? And we already know, well, those who haven't read it yet, at the end of this canto, so Shukadev Goswami is going to appear. So far, who is speaking? Who's speaking so far in this Bhagavatam?
Sutta Goswami.
Sutta Goswami, all right? Sutta Goswami is speaking. At the end of this canto, Shukadev Goswami is going to appear. And he was 16 years old. And he was completely naked. And all the sages of Naimisharanya were sitting, and they were confused, and they had some questions. So while not Naimisharanya, Parikshit Maharaj was sitting on the bank of the Ganges, awaiting his death. He put a question to all the sages, and everybody was confused. So then walked in Shukadev Goswami. And Shukadev Goswami was being followed by children and Aborigine women. So because he was young, he was beautiful, at the same time he looks like a mad person, like he's avadut. So the children were chasing after him, and the Aborigine women, attracted by his beauty, were running after him, right? But so my point is this. So it's like Shukadev Goswami seemed to be attractive to children and the women. But when he entered the assembly of Maharaj Parikshit, and all the sages got up to receive him, those boys and children and women got scared and they ran away. They ran away. All right? So there, you're going to read about this. There, Srila Prabhupada is saying that this Srimad Bhagavatam is not for those who are childish. All right? It's not for those who are childish. So if, all of you here, you're intelligent ladies, that's why you're sitting, you're opening the Bhagavatam, you're studying. All right? So those who are not serious, they will run away. They just run away. So, meaning that Shukadev Goswami, who is speaking this Bhagavatam, is not going to tell imaginary stories. because the kids and the Aborigine women, they ran away, right? Right? So if he was somebody who's going to speak stories to entertain the kids and the Aborigine women, then it's the use of Bhagavatam. Yeah, continue.
In the Srimad Bhagavatam, historical facts selected from the histories of different planets have been depicted. It is therefore accepted by all the spiritual authorities as the Mahapurana. The special significance of these histories is that they are all connected with activities of the Lord in a different time and atmosphere. Srila Shukadev Goswami is the topmost personality of all the self-realized souls, and he accepted this as the subject of studies from his father Vyasadeva. Srila Vyasadeva is the great authority, and the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam being so important, he delivered the message first to his great son Srila Shukadev Goswami. It is compared to the cream of the milk. Vedic literature is like the milk ocean of knowledge. Cream or butter is the most palatable essence of milk. And so also is Srimad Bhagavatam, for it contains all palatable, instructive, and authentic versions of different activities of the Lord and his devotees. There is no gain, however, in accepting the message of Bhagavatam from the unbelievers, atheists, and professional reciters who for the laymen. It was delivered to Srila Shukadev Goswami and he had nothing to do with the Bhagavata business. He did not have to maintain family expenses by such trade. Srimad Bhagavatam should therefore be received from the representative of Shukadeva, who must be in the renounced order of life without family encumbrance. Milk is undoubtedly very good and nourishing, but when it is touched by the mouth of a snake, it is no longer nourishing. Rather, it becomes a source of death. Similarly, those who are not strictly in the Vaishnava discipline should not make a business of this Bhagavatam and become a cause of spiritual death for so many hearers. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that the purpose of all the Vedas is to know Him, Lord Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Sri Krishna himself in the form of recorded knowledge. Therefore, it is the cream of all the Vedas and it contains all the historical facts of all times in relation with Sri Krishna. It is factually the essence of all histories.
Srimad Bhagavatam also. So first thing, so this Srimad Bhagavatam, see the Vedas is giving information about mostly material enjoyment. It is guiding the conditioned soul to live in a legitimate way in this material world and to accumulate punya so that you don't fall down and go to hell. What 1 minute? Is that properly clear? 1 minute. It's still not coming. I just hope I don't run out of battery. I don't know what happened. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is the cream of the Vedas, meaning that it's speaking. So, anyway, it's going to come. It's going to come in the next chapters. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is giving us the topmost jewel, the topmost jewel of the Vedas, which is not only freedom from the cycle of birth and death, but association of Krishna, direct association with Krishna. Now, this Srimad Bhagavatam, if it is spoken by people who want to earn their living from it. So it was delivered to Shukadev Goswami, Yeah, so there is no gain, however, in accepting the message of Bhagavatam from the unbelievers, atheists, and professional reciters who make a trade of Bhagavatam for the layman. It was delivered to Srila Shukadev Goswami. It had nothing to do with the Bhagavat business. So it's a business. Srimad Bhagavatam, you speak Bhagavatam and you earn your living from it. Because people are attracted to Krishna and you're a good speaker, maybe you sing nicely, maybe you dress nicely. I don't know what you do, right? And now, you know, social media, meaning that you have people who are promoting you, right? It's a whole thing. Promoted. So you become famous. So this is very dangerous. Extremely dangerous. It was delivered to Srila Shukdev Goswami. It had nothing to do with the Bhagavad business. He didn't have to maintain family expenses by such trade. My God, what language Prabhupada is using? You're doing a trade, right? Shrimad Bhagavatam should therefore be received from the representative of Shukadev, who must be in the renounced order of life without family encumbrance. That's quite something here. Prabhupada is just being explicit. Shrimad Bhagavatam should therefore be received from the representative of Shukadev, who must be in the renounced order of life without family encumbrance. Because otherwise, you know, even as you're giving your Bhagavata, you're thinking, how can I make money? Because I have family, or I have to, you know, it's a good business. Like I saw one, you know, somebody was cracking joke on Torah, you know, this Torah. How, what is a good business? So somebody who open a temple. Open a temple. I heard that when the COVID came, the virus, COVID virus came, so somebody decided to open a temple. All right, a temple. You know how we have this chicken pox temple, right? Sitala, is it Sitala? Sitala Devi, is it? That's what you call it, right? So now this virus came. So somebody, you know, in some village somewhere was opening a temple of this COVID virus. And the government, the police came and captured that man and, you know, closed down the temple. Because of course, everybody will run. So this person will make money from your... So like this. So this Srimad Bhagavatam Prabhupada is saying it should be received from someone in a renounced order of life. Otherwise, it's like milk. Milk is not, Bhagavatam is very nice. Similarly, those who are not strictly in the Vaishnava discipline should not make a business of this Bhagavatam and become a cause of spiritual death for so many hearers. Anyway, you heard what Prabhupada has said it. So be extremely careful of who you are hearing this Bhagavatam from.
Mataji, Mataji, so according to this sentence, that it should only be heard from somebody who has no family encumbrance. So that means Srimad Bhagavatam, if we are studying, we should do it from either from a person who is maintaining celibacy or sannyas order of life. No, Mataji? Is that?
Yeah, both. Or a grihastha who's renounced. Right? Or a grihastha who's renounced. So when you say a renounced order, so it means that someone who's renounced, and you should see it in him that he's renounced. Remember, Srila Vyasadeva is a Grihastha, right?
Mataji,
Yes.
so I mean, just a query that then we are hearing Bhagavatam every day in the temple. There are some grihasthas also reciting.
Yes. The devotees who are in our temples, they're not making a trade of it, right? Isn't it? Okay. So, see, there are so many, if Prabhupada is speaking here of professional reciters, atheists and unbelievers, right? So, Vaishnavas are both grihasthas and sannyasis, brahmacharis. So it should come from a proper source. Those who are not strictly in the Vaishnava discipline should not make a business of this Bhagavad. See, that I don't know, but the danger of, all this social media, like you become famous, you become a celebrity, right? It's like you become a Bhagavad speaker and you become a celebrity. And I remember this girl, she came to our office. I don't know how she got to, maybe from Posa or whatever. She saw that we are doing cooking classes, flower arts, etc., etc. She saw all this. And she was a young girl. She was in her 20s. So father and mother came running, to us. So they say she wants to do, seva for us. I say, yes, of course, we've got a desk there. You can approach people, you can talk, and especially, so they were showing me all her videos and how God knows what she was doing. Like she was picking up her celebrity, and so she thought that ISKCON is a very good place where you can become a celebrity. So she came to me. So I said, yes, please come to our cooking class. See, we are very innocent, all right? We are very innocent. Everybody is welcome. So I said, please come to our cooking class. You can take some videos or something, So that girl came along with her mother. All right. She came along with her mother. She never came back again. Balaji, Ashwini, can you tell me why both of you just came from a class next? Tell me why.
Because there was so much of philosophy and there's so much it's all about Krishna, so casual yeah, they got disinterested.
All right.
Casual,
Yeah,
no.
Mala, tell me why.
There is nothing glamorous about our classes. We are very simple and it teaches us, the way of life, how to spiritualize. It's actually people who are not Krishna conscious may even find it boring.
She was like something of a devotee, all right? This girl who came, she was something of a devotee, as far as I remember. With great enthusiasm, everything, we were, yes, she will come and do seva for us and then this. Why did she run away? Because she saw it was dead serious. They understood a simple thing like how to do this bhoga offering. All right? How to do that bhoga offering. They're fooling people. When they're putting all those shots or reels or whatever they are doing, they're just catching a few images from here and then they play around with their camera, they create a sensation with their camera and it's very interesting. The reality is much different. It's so superficial and as somebody said, casual, right? Casual. Yeah, she understood that she knows nothing because she was thinking that, she will be given the mic, she will be given the camera, she will be on the spot and she will speak about it and project herself through our cooking class. And then she saw that this is not a place. See, what happened is that we are not a make show, right? We are not about making a show. But people have so much in their heads now, about filming and making films with Krishna in it, and this is my movie. And then you have a nice song on it or whatever. That's not what they are doing. So everybody knows that practicing Krishna consciousness is a grueling work. Right? It's work. It's not, a movie. So people want to live life as a movie. I'm just bringing this in context now. Right? So with all these short movie that they're sending out, these short talk, right? So Prabhupada is saying it becomes a source of death. So if we make a business of Bhagavatam or whatever, it becomes a cause of spiritual death for so many hearers. Listen how dangerous it has become. Srimad Bhagavatam is famous. ISKCON is famous. Prabhupada's teachings is famous. People are thinking, let me come and make movies out of spiritual life. How far will you go? It's occupying my time. Okay, it's keeping me busy. And maybe, I will earn money also from it. I don't know how many thousands of people hit then I can get some advertisement money, right? Or I just become well known. And if I become well known, then maybe I will get a better career. I'm speaking in the modern context. This is what's going on. Previously, it was more, you have pandal and hearers and professional speakers. Or you have Mayavadis giving katha. Right? And it is spiritual death. In modern context, it is more dangerous because of this social media. It goes by the millions. By the millions. It's not just, few 100,000 people sitting in a pandal. It goes by the millions. By good luck, somebody sees it and gets an idea of it and they look for the real source, the proper and real source, then it is their good fortune. Yeah, but somebody was asking something. Yeah.
Mataji, there are some devotees also who are they are charging money to organize, because a 7-day katha, to organize the pandal and all that costs money. So they don't charge the people who are coming to listen, but they charge the person who is organized, who's organized this, who wants it done. So that such people also we should not hear. And then of course they will get some dakshina and all that also.
They charge who?
So the person,
yeah, meaning they're getting sponsorship, right? You have to pay for it, right?
yeah.
Who will put up the pandal, right?
Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay, right? We're not speaking of this. We're not speaking of running at a cost rate. We're not speaking of this. We're speaking that you attract people and then they remove all their gold and renew their gold. All the ladies, right? They remove their gold and put it, this is your dakshina. And
Okay.
that's how you're maintaining your family.
Okay.
By good luck, we don't know what a professional reciters if Prabhupada has seen plenty of them. So they have their group of people who are singing. Anyways, this is Kali-yuga. Whatever you do, whatever you put forward as religion becomes irreligion. Right? So it's our good luck if the Prabhupada came and is denouncing all these people. And remember this Bhagavatam, Prabhupada wrote this before he came to America. Right? He just sat down in Radha Damodar temple and he wrote these books. So he was having plenty of experience of all this. So he put it down in his report. All right, Ushaji, please, you like to read next?
Mataji, I can't read the Sanskrit.
All
Sorry.
right. So, Satyo Samsara Shava Shravayam Asha Maharajam Parikshitam Prayopavishtam Gangayam Paritam Paramarishidhi.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, in his turn delivered the Bhagavatam to the great emperor Parikshit, who sat surrounded by sages on the bank of the Ganges, awaiting death without taking food or drink. Purport. All transcendental messages are received properly in the chain of disciplic succession. This disciplic succession is called parampara. Unless, therefore, Bhagavatam is or any other Vedic literatures are received through the parampara system, the reception of knowledge is not bona fide. Vyasadeva delivered the message to Sukadeva Goswami, and from Sukadeva Goswami, Sutta Goswami received the message. One should therefore receive the message of Bhagavatam from Sutta Goswami or from his representative and not from any irrelevant interpreter. Emperor Parikshit received the information of his death in time, and he at once left his kingdom and family and sat down on the bank of the Ganges to fast till death. All great sages, rishis, philosophers, mystics, etc., went there due to his imperial position. They offered many suggestions about his immediate duty, and at last it was settled that he would hear from Sukadeva Goswami about Lord Krishna. Thus the Bhagavatam was spoken to him. Sripada Shankaracharya, who preached Mayavadi philosophy and stressed the impersonal feature of the Absolute, also recommended that one must take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, for there is no hope of gain from debating. Indirectly, Sripad Shankaracharya admitted that what he had preached in the flowery grammatical interpretations of the Vedanta Sutra cannot help one at the time of death. At the critical hour of death, one must recite the name of Govinda. This is the recommendation of all great transcendentalists. Sukadeva Goswami had long ago stated the same truth, that at the end one must remember Narayan. This is the essence of all spiritual activities. In pursuance of this eternal truth, Srimad Bhagavatam was heard by Emperor Parikshit, and it was recited by the able Sukadeva Goswami, and both the speaker and the receiver of the messages of Bhagavatam were duly delivered by the same medium.
So that's text 43. So this is very famous, this verse. 43 is extremely important. Krishne swadham pagate paramadhyana saha palo nashta drishamnesha puranarko dhunoditaha. Ashwini, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Read it
Translation.
slowly. 1 minute. You read it slowly so that if we have anything to speak, then we will point out. Okay. I don't want to reread. I don't want to reread. So just
Okay.
read slow.
Translation. This Bhagavatam Puran is it is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his abode, to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Surah.
Then this is Nashtad Kalo Nashtad Risham. Meaning we have lost our vision. Right? Kalo, due to Kaliuga Nashtad Risham. Meaning our eyes can no longer see. See, we need to understand one thing. I hope all of you are reading Bhagavad Gita. All of you? Gita? Are you reading Bhagavad Gita? Yes, reading, studying Bhagavad Gita, all of you? All right.
Yes, Mataji.
So, in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is speaking, he's giving enlightenment to the eyes. Right? So, Krishna, verse after verse, he'll say how a sage, how a yogi he sees. Right? Vision, the vision of a yogi. How he sees. Vision of a self-realized soul. So please go back to your Bhagavad Gita and read. List of the text. Everywhere Krishna is speaking about vision, meaning that when you study this Holy Scripture, your eyes need to be open. But what has happened here? Due to Kali Yuga Nashtadrisham, we have lost our vision. Person who have lost their sight. Right? So we don't know what is what. So this Bhagavad Puran is as brilliant as the sun, meaning, your eyes are gone, right? But here, this sun is coming, this Bhagavatam is like a sun. It is by force opening your eyes and showing you the way, the path. And in Kali Yuga, Prabhupada writes that we are not only spiritually blind and ignorant, even materially we are blind and ignorant. You just open your YouTube, you can Google anything, and what they're telling you, which seems so simple, what you should eat, what you should not eat. Just ask, how do I deal with the summer? How do I deal with the summer? Oh my God, those Ayurvedic doctors, teachers, basically Ayurveda's teaching, and things are teaching. They made a list of the things that people are doing, and you can't believe what they are doing. Right? For example, you don't eat food, you eat vitamins, supplements. You will get your nourishment from supplements. Right? So this Kali Yuga, people do not even know how to eat, how to sleep, how to mate, how to defend, they don't know. So they have both material ignorance and spiritual ignorance. Yeah, read the purport. Ashwini?
Yeah. Okay. Purpose wise divine grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna has his eternal dham or abode where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associates and paraphernalia. And his eternal abode is a manifestation of his internal energy, whereas the material world is a manifestation of his external energy.
So we
When-
know about this one. We know about this.
Yeah.
We have studied that in depth, right? External
Good.
energy and internal energy. So I'm
Yes.
going to speak about it. Yes.
When he descends to the material world, he displays himself with all paraphernalia in his internal potency, which is called Atmamaya. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he descends by his own potency, Atmamaya. His form, name, fame, paraphernalia, abode, etc. are not therefore creation of matter. He descends to reclaim the fallen souls and he to reestablish codes of religion which are directly enacted by him. Except for God, no one can establish the principles of religion. Either he or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. Real religion means to know God, our relationship with him, and our duties in relationship with him, and to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material body. I'll read it again. The real religion means to know God, our relation with him, and our duties in relation with him, and to know ultimately our destination after leaving this material body.
So this is what we call Sambandh Gyan.
Hmm.
Sambandh Gyan, I should know my
Yeah.
relationship, right? And then
Mhm.
I should know what do I do in that relationship? This is called Abhiday, right? And then finally, when I'm practiced in serving Krishna, then what is my destination, which is the Prayojan,
Okay. Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay.
So
The condition.
here, 1 minute. So here, Prabhupada is saying, so the course of religion is given by the Supreme Lord himself. Either he or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the codes of religion. All right, like Srila Prabhupada. He has given the codes of religion, right? So what did he say? He said, follow 4 other principles. These are the codes of religion. And chant Hare Krishna, chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. All right? Those 4 negative principles, this is understood even in Bhagavatam here. We will speak about those 4 negative principles. Now, which yajna to perform? Yajna means sacrifice. In this Kali Yuga, what is appropriate? Right? So we know in Satyuga, people were sitting and doing Ashtanga Yoga, meditation. In Treta Yuga, they were doing huge yajnas, right? And like somebody just mentioned, you have to put up a pandal, you need money to put up a pandal. Now just imagine you have to organize one, yajna kun, right? Who can organize this yajna kun? And in India, I actually saw places. I don't know whether any one of you who are from India have visited. Just YouTube is also good because people go in many holy places. So I saw that huge yajna kun from the time of the Pandavas. The time of the Pandavas, huge. To put pandal, we need sponsors. To make a yajna kun, meaning the king himself has to set up the whole thing. Right? So impractical yajna. Then Dwapar, it is deity worship. Now everybody knows how difficult it is to build one temple, to maintain one temple, right? And who don't like the temple, they come and they demolish the temple. Impractical, right? So therefore, what has been accepted as practical is chanting of the holy name, which is a yajna. Sankirtan yajna. And that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, among yajnas, among sacrifices and the chanting of the holy name, japa. Right? So, this great personality, so to begin with, Mahaprabhu, he set up the code of religion for Kali Yuga. And Mahaprabhu, we read earlier, Mahaprabhu says, in Kali Yuga, we must read this Bhagavatam. So two things, chanting and reading Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam. These are the instruction of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now Mahaprabhu came and within a very short time, his lineage disappeared. Only 500 more, his lineage disappeared because the Mughal were there, right? There's a time of India being under so much domination. Then after that, the British came, right? So his teaching literally disappeared, right? So then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in our line, he came, this is only 100 years ago, not many years ago. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he brought back the teachings of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta established it within India. And Srila Prabhupada took it outside India, the whole world. All right. And Srila Prabhupada said, for his movement, 4 negative principle and chanting 16 rounds. And then he gave other instructions. So this is establishing the code of religion. So Prabhupada said, either the Supreme Lord himself does it, or a suitable person empowered by him can dictate the course of religion, meaning that you take so many law books and then you scan through everything and then you pick out the essence and you check, yes, this is practical for Kali Yuga, people of Kali Yuga, people who are living in cities, who have no work, have no good qualities, so much harassed by government. These people can chant Hare Krishna and it will work. And they can sit in groups and study Bhagavatam, this will work. You follow? You appreciate what Prabhupada has done?
Yes, Mataji. I mean, after you said it, we realized how much study he must have done to, we studied so many scriptures and so many commentaries we must have gone through to give us.
See, now Srila Prabhupada, what did he do? What did Prabhupada himself do? As I said, Mahaprabhu is the actual person who pull out the essence, what is appropriate for Kali Yuga, but it got lost. Bhaktivinoda Thakur rediscovered it. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta established much to propagate it. All right? And Srila Prabhupada, he took exactly the instruction of his spiritual master and he set up his movement. So he saw what Srila Bhakti Siddhanta said. So 400 principles, 100%, that's true. How many rounds to check, to chant? Srila Prabhupada, he saw what his Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Siddhanta is doing in his mind. And he set the bare minimum of 16 rounds. You follow? So that we're not sentimental about, oh, okay, maybe 4 rounds is all right. Maybe 2.5 principle is okay. Right? The course of religion, which work. So what should we do now? Should we complete this? We are already late.
We'll just complete this
All right.
purport, Mataji.
All right.
The conditioned souls who are entrapped by the material energy hardly know all these principles of life. Most of them are like animals engaged in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. They are mostly engaged in sense enjoyment under the pretension of religiosity, knowledge, or salvation. I think, Mataji, it's a long one. And there is lots actually. So maybe we can take it next. There are lots to talk. It's appearing to be lots to talk. So you suggest.
Is it okay? Next week we can do this too. I mean, it's up
Yeah.
to you. It's my watch. It is 7:12 now.
I'm okay to carry on if everyone is, but if you want to leave it to next week, I'm fine.
I'm
My
also easy.
question. Mataji, I have a stop.
Hmm? Sorry?
You want to stop? Hmm?
Yeah,
we
because
think-
there is lots to discuss. And if we don't discuss it, it will, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's
I
very
agree.
interesting to
all right,
discuss.
all right. So we'll take it. We'll take it next week.
Next
So
week.
we'll complete next week. All right.
Mataji, I have a question.
See, that's why we have we have to stop, right? Tell me, Rashmi.
Mataji, it's a practical question. So we worship Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, this is a personal question because it is my practice. So once I finish my 16 rounds, I read Srimad Bhagavatam. So, but I don't want to waste the morning hours in like that 10-15 minutes of showering also I don't want to waste. So I finish my rounds, then finish Srimad Bhagavatam, and then I will shower and go to work. So, Mataji, I would have gone to the toilet by then. So, am I doing the correct thing because I'm touching Srimad Bhagavatam?
Soon as we get up, please take a shower.
But Mataji, the time is wasted. No, those morning hours, 4:30, 4:32.
All of us are doing it. All of us are doing will be more fresh. The mind will be more fresh. If you get up in the middle of the night, you can chant and read. If you get up at 4:30, please take a shower first. Right? Because you wake up. You will actually wake up properly because 4:30 is Brahma Muhurt, right? Brahma Muhurt. So please do take a shower. Prabhupada gave us a sequence also to train his disciples. A sequence in our life. Right. So, unless there is some disease,
So,
and then
Mataji, I have a shower, but I do my japa. I have a shower, and in my sadhana, I read my Bhagavad Gita. That's after a shower, but it's not in Brahma Muhurat. Can't get up that early to do.
but anyway, as soon as we get out from bed, please wake up properly.
Okay.
Wake up properly. You know, take a shower immediately. Also, even if later you need to again go to the bathroom and take a shower, it's okay. It happens to many of us. It's okay. It's okay. But getting out from the bed, we are already so much dirt actually from the sleep. So much dirt. Our conscious, our body is more awake, fresh. Anyway, do it, you see the difference. Yes, do it, you see the difference.
I'm only laughing because I'm just thinking what my husband will say. He
Anyway,
thinks I'm
just
mad
do it.
already. It's okay. I'm just laughing at myself.
Just do it. People get used to our routine.
Does it,
They
Mataji,
accept it. Yes.
again, general question. Does everyone get up and then do their japa in the temple area where they pray, or do they just do it on the sofa or in the bedroom or wherever in the morning?
In the temple? This speaking of the temple?
In my own home, should I be sitting there to do my japa every morning, or can I sit on the sofa, or can I sit where should I sit? Where does
Oh, your
everyone else
temple.
sit?
Yeah, see, if you have your temple, that's the best place to sit, right? Where your temple is. Because, we want to be able to focus. When chanting, we want to be able to focus. So that's why in any system of yoga it is yam, niyam. So these are like basic things. So yes, we sit in our temple because the environment is conducive for me to be able to chant and remember Krishna. As it is, the mind is so wild. So we are creating a space, that will be conducive for me to chant with more attention. Otherwise, you are left alone to battle with your mind, which is wandering everywhere, which is comfortably seated, when you fall asleep.
I do it in the car, I do it on the sofa, I just do it wherever I get time at the moment.
We can chant anywhere, everywhere. You see, that's why this japa, this chanting of Hare Krishna, that's why it is for you. That's why it's for you. But there has to be also focus chanting. You see, if we are driving, we can't chant. If I'm sitting as a passenger, okay. But if
Yes.
I'm driving, I cannot chant. I can do only one thing at a time. Right?
Yeah.
But we can listen to kirtan. Right?
Yes. Thank you.
I'm not going to say yes to everything, so that it's easy for you. I already said that practice is hard work. It's discipline, right? You do first thing first. You don't do things upside down or anywhere, any order. No, there is an order. Right. Say one thing, yes. So, those of you who are not able to pronounce the Sanskrit, please practice. Rashmi, these ladies are with you, right?
Mataji, they practice so badly, so I don't allow them to practice. I don't allow them. They do.
No, we should recite again and again and again, right? Just like you learned, I learned, everybody else learned, right? So we should practice. I was so happy to hear you, reciting, the shlokas properly. I was so happy because it took all of us time to learn. So we practice. So there is the Sanskrit script, right? And then there is the Roman transliteration of the Sanskrit. So whichever is easier for you to learn, you read that. Like I know, like here in India, people, they prefer to read the original Sanskrit, right? The pronunciation comes easier rather than the Roman transliteration. Exact pronunciation. So please do practice this because we are already spending many, I think 1 year we are together. So we should be able to recite, read the shlokas. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank
And
you.
we'll make it a must that we are there for the next 4 months so that we can come to chapter 4. All right. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.